50 years from now.
That's right.
Okay, so it'll be 2063. I'll be 72 years old.
United States 50 years from now.
Where do I think it's going to be? What do I know about the country in 50 years?
50 years from now, we're not going to have a future, and that's because of Disney. You know why we don't have a future because of Disney? Because they made planes.
I think the technological advances are really hard to predict. I mean, nobody 50 years ago knew exactly where we were going to be today, and so I think, between those kinds of advances and the way that we're almost isolating ourselves with our technology, I don't know if I see it as being a good thing.
Well, socially and technologically, I think are going to go hand in hand in the next 50 years because we have things like the Google Glasses, that'll just basically put your computer in front of your face 24/7, and so you can just connect to any social media that you want at any time.
We probably won't be leaving our house very much. I think that people are going to become accustomed to not interacting face to face. And I think that because we do have these means of social networking and just internet connection that makes us so connected that we fall out of actual human connection.
We are already in a society where we use technology to connect and expand further out. But I think as we expand further out, we kind of lose what we left inside, if that makes any sense. It's like talking to our next door neighbor on Skype kind of thing.
Technologically, though, it should be very interesting because at the current rate that technology is decreasing in size, 50 years is going to be like, well, you'd have more processing power in your phone than the most powerful supercomputers today.
I definitely think what the Republican and the Democratic parties are now will not be the same at all. I think within the next 20 years, if not 10, there's going to be a huge paradigm shift, mainly around the idea of social issues. Just because our generation, both Republicans and Democrats, every college student says, oh, I'm fiscally conservative, but socially I'm liberal. And so if we get over those social issues and get all those crusty old men out of Congress, then those won't be problems, and everybody can focus on what the government should be focusing on, which is the economy.
I think politically, we will probably be somewhere where we still are today. And although I'd like to see it turn, I think it's a very slow-moving process.
I think we're going to look back at the gay rights thing and be like, gosh, what were we thinking? Why didn't they allow that? And kind of like how we look back 50 years now and we're like, oh, why didn't we allow women to vote? Why not? And so I think in 50 years from now, yeah, we're going to have to solve bigger problems that we're slowly creating for ourselves right now. Right now, we're not worried about the environments now. I think we've always been putting that on the back burner, but I think we're going to suffer the consequences for that in 50 years.
Where I'd like to see the country, hopefully we'll have several other, multicultural presidents, women presidents by that point. It'd be disgusting if we still only have men at that point. It'd be ridiculous.
Definitely, focusing more at home than abroad. We spend a lot of money, I don't want to preach about the military or anything, but if we could cut just some of that and spend it on, say, the education to try and compete with some of these emerging countries.
But I would really like to see us get some headway under creating a balance between nature and economics.
In terms of everything, we need to find a new balance, whether that's with people or with the world around us.
See, now that Disney bought the rights to Star Wars, we have this huge problem. They have the plans to the Death Star, which is just it's awful. They've always been under lock and key, safe under George Lucas's desk. But now they have the power to make this destruction machine that will just keep America in terror. And we can't have that. To say the least, the future